Hello and welcome to Budget Model Railways, and today we're back to my larger N-gauge layout, still very small, and today I'm going to be running some diesels, some of the electrics which you've seen, and also some steam trains. So worth watching to see what I run, and obviously I'm going to also show a lot of the areas of the layout and do a full sort of guide on it, and at the end I might do a quick catch up on my other layout. So lots to stay on and watch. So a reminder that this layout is only 16 inches by about 3'8", and obviously has a lot of operating potential and a lot of scenery going on. So to begin with, we've got the industrial area, the goods area, and that's got electricity substation there. We've got a bit of a coaling and fuel stage, and really a lot of the layout was built around this, which was the Metcalfe ramshackle workshop. And then I've added, I think it's called a Crofter's Cottage side piece there. I'm quite pleased with the look of that. We've got the more sort of modern European loading bay where it's all done straight out of wagons and into trucks. And if I move the camera slightly, then you can get a little bit more room view there of this side of it. I've got a motorcycle and sidecar, a little signal box. So this is entirely freelance. It's not supposed to be anywhere in the world. It's just a model railway layout. So in fact, it's got some sort of British buildings that could be anywhere actually, an American signal box, that sort of thing doesn't bother me. It's just a freelance layout. So this area I'm quite pleased with. The track plan came from, I'm going to get the name of it wrong, but there's an 009 layout at Picorama, and that's where the track plan came from, straight copy from it. And what I like is you can get a loop in, which means you can put scenery in front of the running line, rather than the usual running it along the front here. We've then got our bridge and river. And the riverbed, as I've said before, was a Javis riverbed with some gloss paint added, but it's very effective. It's sort of a dry riverbed. There's over 40 trees here, all came from China, just little cheap trees from China. Now, one of the things I am quite pleased with, I'm just going to move the camera a little bit, is this idea. So I wanted to get away from there having to be two tunnel mouths. So what I've done here is, I've seen this on quite a few layouts, raise a bank, but then I've done an arch of trees. So you've got a wooded area there, bit of black card in the background, and that means that the train appears through the trees. I don't need another excuse for a road bridge or a tunnel mouth. As you can see there, it just comes out through the trees. And I'm very pleased with that for an idea. Only the second layout I've ever ballasted, has worked quite well on this one. I've left this part relatively clear. I do like to see trains coming through scenery, not I don't like it kept completely clear, but I've just kept this one clear so you do get a view of the train there running round. And I promised you some steam, so there we are. That's one of the Cato pocket line trains, absolutely fabulous looking. Clever ones where the power drive is in the coach. And some of you who follow me will know that what I've done recently is change that. This was one of the older ones before they did the new motors. And it's really simple. You buy a replacement 11109, clip it in, runs smoothly. So we come then to the other end of the layout. And this is the little town scene. Now this is all Metcalfe buildings, but some of them have been converted. I've put the cottage the other way around. This actually is the farmhouse, but you're seeing the back of it for a change. I've split up a Crofter's Cottage, that came from the farm. But it makes rather a convincing little town scene. It's kind of, this layout's kind of interesting in that it's got a lot of features from all my previous layouts, which is the road, backbone of the road, coming down through the layout, adding the sort of scenery. And as a lot of you will know if you watch my videos, what my aim always is to have the trains running through the landscape, not appearing to be on it, as it were. Now, the station building's a Settle and Carlisle waiting room with, again, a Crofter's Cottage added as the station master's house. I was quite pleased with that. And a kit-built canopy there. Catenary, always get that word wrong, is by Cato. Really simple, really cheap as well. I'm not going to worry with the wires. I've done quite a bit of research. A lot of N-gauge modelers, don't worry. It wouldn't be visible in this scale, and it would interfere with the shunting. Now, because I've got two roads here and the loop road, I can run this as a shunting puzzle. almost like an inglenook, because I've got 3 lines. So it's the ideal layout for me. I can watch locomotives run around, but I can also use it as a shunting layout. So it's got everything, including, over the back here, a 3-road fiddle yard. And it's got a 3-row fiddle yard actually with a storage yard at the end, which is where I can put the little 2-car EMU, the little tram, Cato tram I've got. I'm waiting for the new tram. It's on pre-order with train tracks, which is going to look fabulous running around here. But that gives me quite a lot of operational potential, having a little fiddle yard out the back there. And in what is a very compact layout, as I say, sort of, whatever, I said it was about 18 inches by 3.5 feet. And that is the joy of N, especially when you've got these very reliable Cato motor chassis. So kind of 3 things make this layout really possible. 1 is the Cato pocket line range. 2 is the Metcalfe buildings. And 3 is the excellent Pico set track. And I've used, obviously, flexi track to do the bends, because at only 12 inches, they're 6 inches shorter than the normal first radius track. But all the Cato stuff runs around it really nicely. So I think probably one of the best layouts I've built. It's brought together lots of sort of philosophies that I've got. It's very simple. It's a loop with 2 sidings and a simple 3-row fiddle yard out the back. The scenery really adds to it. The train appears to be running through the landscape. And so far it works exceedingly well. I do love the Cato stuff. And I'll just show you another loco now running round. And we're still with Cato here, but this is one of their chassis, 11109, and one of our 3D printed bodies on it. So I've got a couple of these painted up in different liveries. The other thing there that's really good, and you'll see it as it comes around in a minute, are the Pico wagon kits. Really good value for money, £8 or £9, £10 sometimes. You get a lot of fun making them. I can paint them up in whatever colours I like, which I like for freelance. And they're, again, a really good part of what makes, for me, this kind of N-gauge possible. So the wagons there, except the tanker wagon and the Cato wagon, but the 2 box wagons and the coal wagon are kits. Cato Japan rolling stock, ridiculously cheap. I've just bought 3 new bogie wagons for less than £8 each from train tracks. Because I run freelance, it's fine. That's about half of what you'd pay for a UK outline. Obviously, a number of companies have helped with this. Train tracks are really good, spelt with an X, train tracks, if you're after your Cato things. Metcalfe, wherever you want to get them, but the Metcalfe buildings are excellent. Really taken with those. Worth shopping around for everything. But for a layout, this is going to be exhibited in May. I think it's 15th of May, something like that, 14th, 15th of May, which is the Something Show. We'll push that out. Come and see us then, because that'll be the only chance to see us and the layout this year. While the loco's running around, I thought I'd just do a bit of a aerial scene there of the town. It's a few nice touches, people, posters, vehicles. You've got the trees there and the retaining wall. A bit of a close-up of the diesel running around. I say, I have ballasted the track. I originally put roofing felt down and then decided to ballast, but it has put some insulation, and that's the only bit of roofing felt that still shows. Just a bit of a drone aerial view there. I just like the look of it, and it is pretty freelance. You've got the masts and different buildings, bit of grass. I like the fact that I've got urban at one end and rural at the other, and yet it's really light. It's on a hollow door. I can pick it up and move it around. So for me, it's pretty much my ideal layout. I can shunt, I can watch trains go around. It doesn't take much space, and it really works for me. And then I'm going to finish off back with these Cato electric steeple cabs. Now these come, you can get these, shop around, but train tracks have got them for under 50 quid for a really smooth running loco and two wagons. As this comes round again, the wagon with logs and the brake van are the 2 wagons you get with the set. I've repainted them to make them look a little bit more realistic. But that's got to be the best model railway value that's out there at the moment. Around £50 for a superb running loco and 2 wagons. Needless to say, I've got one in each colour. So there we go. Always happy to answer questions. Lots of things to look at on this layout. I say the opportunity to see it next year as well. It has given me a bit of a quandary because I've got other plans to do other layouts, and I do end up thinking tricky because this one, I'm not sure how I beat this one. I've got my Ingledook shunting puzzle, which I'm very pleased with the industrial area. I'm building my town scene, which I'll show you in a minute. And with those three then, I'm really not sure how I get better than that in the end. And I think I'm going to spend a bit of time running trains on these and enjoying them and pondering my next move. So I did promise a quick update on this one. What's going to be called Castle Town, because it's a copy of Market Town, which was the 001, and I've got a castle. So I've got all the buildings I want now. I've got their places worked out. I've got some more Metcalfe low relief ones recently, which are finishing it off. So now it's the quite long-winded work to finish it all off. But now it's all planned, I'm quite happy. I'm particularly pleased with the footbridge and the signal box out from the station and the industrial area. So that's the next project. So I'm not sure we'll get another video out before Christmas. So a very happy Christmas, Merry New Year and all that to all our members, patrons, subscribers, commentators, viewers. We couldn't do this without you. Me and Doug did a video in the early days, chuffed to bits that we had 300 subscribers, and we're now working towards 30,000 subscribers. So obviously something that we do appeals to people. And thank you as always for your support, and a very Merry Christmas from all of us. That's me and Doug at Budget Model Railways.